Something bothers me every time I see this in therapy. Women who look successful on the outside, good careers, stable lives, everything looks perfect. But then they start talking, and they apologize for everything. They apologize for being tired, for being hungry, even for having feelings. When I ask why, they always say the same thing. I don't know. I've always been this way. But I know. After years of working with women who grew up in homes that looked normal but felt like war zones, I've learned something heartbreaking. What looks like personality quirks are actually scars, invisible wounds that shape how you love and how you let others love you. Let me ask you something. Do you feel safest when no one notices you? Do compliments make you uncomfortable? Does kindness from others make you suspicious? If yes, then what I'm about to share isn't just theory. It's the missing pieces that explain why love has always felt impossible to figure out. These behaviors aren't flaws, they're survival skills. They're the smart, heartbreaking ways a child learned to stay safe when home felt dangerous. Here's what happens to daughters raised by narcissistic parents. Their nervous system gets wired for danger. Every moment becomes a test. Every feeling gets filtered through one question. Is it safe to feel this? That alarm system doesn't turn off when you grow up. It becomes how you see every relationship, every opportunity, every moment of joy. You learn to navigate chaos. Now you're trying to handle peace with tools built for war. The result? A life spent waiting for something bad to happen, even when you're safe. Let me show you 7 patterns I see over and over. 7 ways childhood trauma shows up in your adult life. Pattern 1. You explain everything. You don't just communicate. You defend every choice. Every boundary comes with 3 apologies and 5 reasons why it's okay. You write paragraphs when 1 sentence would work. You rehearse explanations for things that don't need explaining. This isn't overthinking. This is survival. As a kid, saying, "I don't want to," was dangerous. It led to fights or punishment. So you learned, if I explain it perfectly, maybe I'll be safe. But here's the problem. When you defend every boundary, you teach people that your boundaries can be argued with. Pattern 2. You read every room. You notice everything. A shift in someone's voice, a fake smile, when fine means anything but fine. This feels like a superpower, but it's really a survival skill. Your safety once depended on predicting emotional storms. Mom's tone in the morning decided if the day would be peaceful or chaotic. Dad's mood when he came home set the tone for the whole evening. So you became a human weather detector, always scanning, always ready. But this comes at a cost. You can never fully relax in love because part of you is always on guard. Real intimacy needs presence, not constant preparation for disaster. Pattern 3. Kindness feels wrong. This one hurts the most. When someone is truly kind to you, your body doesn't relax. It tightens. It waits for the catch. Why? Because in your family, kindness usually came with strings attached. Love was earned. Affection was a setup for manipulation. Your nervous system learned, don't trust kindness. There's always a price. Now, when genuinely safe people show up, your alarms still go off. Not because they're dangerous, but because your body hasn't learned the difference yet. Pattern 4. You perform being acceptable. Even alone, you adjust yourself. You practice conversations. You rewrite texts 10 times. You change your voice, your posture, and your energy based on who's watching. This isn't being fake. This is feeling unsafe to be real. As a child, being yourself came with risks, criticism, rejection, punishment. So you created different versions of yourself. The work version, the family version, the friend version. Each one is designed to answer, who do I need to be so they'll accept me? But after years of performing, you wonder, is there a real me left underneath? Pattern 5. You apologize for existing, not just for mistakes, for being human, You apologize for being hungry at the wrong time, for having emotions, for speaking up, for taking space, even for getting compliments. Each apology echoes a childhood message. You're too much. You're a burden. You need to justify existing. But when you apologize for being human, you reinforce the lie that your presence is a problem. Your presence is actually a gift. Pattern 6. You're drawn to unavailable people. You find yourself attracted to people who are distant, complicated, inconsistent, people who make you work for scraps of attention. Why? Because your nervous system recognizes this, the uncertainty, the effort, the constant proving of your worth. This was your language of love growing up. So, when someone shows up steady and consistent, it doesn't feel romantic, it feels foreign, maybe boring. But real love doesn't come from struggle. It comes from safety. Pattern 7. You fear becoming like them. You live in constant fear that you might be selfish or cruel like the parent who hurt you. So you make yourself smaller. You avoid attention. You turn down opportunities to shine because somewhere inside you believe that being special might turn you into the monster who wounded you. But here's the truth. People who fear being narcissistic rarely are. The fact that you worry about it proves your empathy, your conscience, your ability to reflect. Real narcissists don't lose sleep wondering if they hurt someone. You do. Your fear isn't proof of danger. It's proof of your humanity. Now listen carefully. Recognizing these patterns isn't about calling yourself broken. It's about understanding how brilliantly your younger self survived impossible circumstances. Those strategies saved you then, but now they keep you small. The hypervigilance that protected you became anxiety. The people-pleasing that brought peace became ignoring your own needs. The performance that kept you safe became a wall against intimacy. But you can heal. Healing doesn't mean becoming someone new overnight. It means noticing these patterns, meeting them with compassion, and slowly choosing different responses. It means building relationships where you don't have to earn your place, creating connections where you can be seen without pretending, finding love that doesn't ask you to perform. If you see yourself in these words, hear this. You're not destined to repeat these patterns forever. You're not too broken. You're not too wounded to deserve love. You survived what no child should survive, and now you can choose something different, because real love exists. Not the conditional love you had to earn, not the fragile love that punished you for being human. Real love that sees you on your worst days and stays. Love that celebrates the real you, including the parts you've hidden. And it starts with you. Speak to yourself like you would to your best friend. Protect yourself like you would someone you love. See yourself with understanding, not judgment. You can't receive love you don't believe you deserve. You can't build healthy relationships while having a toxic one with yourself. The patterns that shaped you aren't your destiny. They're your starting point. From here, you get to choose. Choose love that celebrates you. Choose relationships where you can rest. Choose healing so you can finally come home to yourself. Because you exactly as you are worthy. You always have been. And now it's time to believe it. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe, not just for more content, but to join a growing space where truth, healing, and self-discovery matter. This is Psyche Thera, and your journey is just beginning.